giving us his speech, "You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Parent," Eddie Brown.
Good evening. The Browns starts here. So my mother and her 5 children, that's me with the arrow above my bald head. My mom, she's here this evening. She's a beautiful woman. She's driven. She raised all 5 of her kids on her own after her marriage ended. As a result of that upbringing without a father, it's always been my goal to become a father. I was blessed during my marriage to have 2 beautiful kids, and here's some pictures of them here. They're the pride of my life. It starts with here, my divorce decree. It's clearly lopsided. It says there, if the father is 15 minutes late returning the kids, he misses his next parenting time. If the father gets the kids to school late, he misses his next parenting time. One would think it might say if either parent is, but it doesn't say that. I've never smoked in my life. I've never drank in my life. I've never done drugs. I've never used a swear word to the other individual involved. But clearly, that's the worst thing going on in my life as a father. I've been late to school. Last school year, I was late twice. Got my parenting time canceled. I took my kids on a vacation to South Dakota with my band business. Lost parenting time as a result. They missed 2 days of school. This is what I'm dealing with. It's tough. Saturation and bitterness and not forgiveness. This is where we're at. I enjoy the time that I get with my kids. It's not easy. I live one day at a time, trying to do the best I can for them. First moments missed. My son had his first soccer game about 5 years ago. The email says from the other individual involved, his first soccer game's this Sunday. I called the coach. I thanked the coach. I look forward to his first soccer game on Sunday. The coach says, actually, it's not his first game. First game was last week. Your son made his first goal last week. I fought back tears because that email said something clearly different. It's tough when divorce happens and the other party doesn't want the other party involved. This here is a letter from the teacher of my son, and he was going to be presenting in Mass the next day, and my son asked the teacher to send me an email because he wanted me to be there. So I rearranged my schedule and I showed up, and there's my son presenting in Mass, which brought tears to my eyes because I thought it was his first time and he did a great job. So the next week I had him, I congratulated him, said, "That was awesome, how'd that feel?" He said, "Well, it wasn't my first time. I did it last year too, Dad." Oh, okay. Another opportunity Dad missed. First communion letter happened a few months ago, a month or 2 ago. Parents were asked to send a letter to school to their kids, letting them know about their first communion, reflect upon your own first communion. I got that message from the teacher the day before. This is the letter I sent to my daughter because I didn't know about it, but the teacher got this letter to my daughter. "I'm so proud of you, Princess, if you have been preparing very hard for your first Holy Communion. That is so awesome. This step in your life means you are growing up fast, very fast. You're an intelligent, young, beautiful girl, excited to be strengthening her faith. God has a plan for each of us always, and your relationship with God will start to show you what your path will be. I am praying for you to continue to touch everyone you come into contact with. After people spend time with you, I am certain you will show them that you are a very sweet, kind, funny, respectful person who loves life and, more importantly, loves our Heavenly Father. Your journey will be filled with blessings as you simply live each day in the Catholic faith, making the right decisions. I'm so excited to be your father. I'll always be there for you. Love, Dad." I was happy that the teacher included that letter so my daughter could share that and have that with her first communion. Some pictures of my kids, of my mom. Ultimately, what I want to share with you is that divorce is hard, marriage is hard. We know many people who decide to stay in marriage when they probably should end it because what they're showing their kids is something that they don't want to impact their kids down the road. But it's hard if you choose to step out of and get a divorce as well. So I encourage you to make the best decision. With my process, I simply ask we put our kids first. I had a family funeral last summer. My cousin was murdered in Chicago and Texas trying to divorce her husband. Sent an email asking if my kids could join. Could we swap weekends? That wasn't available. Couldn't do that. Got this email back in February. My son was allowed to quit the basketball team the last weekend because he hates the coach. Coach is not nice. I asked what were some things going on with the coach. I got no response. At the end of the day, it's tough. There's some tough stories shared tonight. Held back tears, some powerful stories. Just be thankful for the opportunities you have. Somebody else has it worse, definitely. I'm thankful to be a dad. I'll be going back to court next week trying to get my kids. I ask for your prayers. It's tough. Put your kids first, make the right decisions. Thank you for your time.